Hey folks, you probably saw the sad news this week that Pullano, the original singer of Iron Maiden, passed away. So I thought I'd do a little kind of MasterThatRiff lesson looking at one of my favourite Maiden riffs, particularly off the first album with Pullano singing on it, and that's Phantom of the Opera. Those of a certain age might associate this with Daley Thompson and some Lucozade as well, but this is a great riff for working on your triplet feel. This was written by Steve Harris, this tune, and he loves his triplets. So there's loads of triplets in this, and it's your classic kind of Iron Maiden key V minor as well. Now I'm in standard tuning, and we have our first little phrase that sounds like this. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is, as I said, everything's in a kind of triplet feel here. So from a picking perspective, if you're alternate picking, you're going to be switching as each beat kind of comes along. So this first little bit's like a pickup. It's like a hammer on 4 to 5 in the D string there. Yeah. Then we're on the beat. And what I'm going to be playing is a triplet in the 4th fret of the G string here. So I use my first finger and second finger to do the hammer on, and then first finger here. So if I'm picking up with alternate picking and start with a downstroke, it's going to go down, up, down. Yeah. Then I've got this little pull off 5 to 4. And because I'm doing alternate picking, think about aiming for playing that with an upstroke. Like that. So down, up, down, and then up. So pull off 5 to 4, and then I play 5 on that D string there. So that's your kind of first like 1 and a 2 and a. Yeah. If I play it correctly, yeah. It's actually quite tricky, that little bit, if you're playing it at tempo. But if you think of this idea of, I'm thinking downstroke, upstroke, and then maybe a downstroke there, it'll kind of keep you in time, yeah. So once I've done that, I'm going to do a quarter note triplet now. So I do 7, 4 in the G string, 4th finger to 1st finger, and then 5th fret of that D string there. Now what I tend to do here is use my 3rd finger now to do 5, 4 on the G string, and then back to 5 on the D string. The reason for that is I could bar with the middle finger here, but I might hear the notes ringing together, so I'm eliminating any chance of that. I'm using the 3rd finger. And then I've got, so I play 4, 5, 7 on that D string. And then our little sustain note at the end is the 2nd fret of the A string, is B. And it kind of sustains for 2 beats. 1, 2, little pause, and then you're back into. So that's your kind of little opening sequence, and you play that 4 times. The 4th time, we have this ascending harmony guitar part. So the bit that I played on the Les Paul, what I'm going to be starting out here is like 7th fret of the G string. And the way I like to think about this is pairs. So my first pair is 7 in the G string, 9 in the G string. You could have started it off 3 and 5 in the B string, if that feels easier. There's loads of different ways you can actually play this, and I was watching some old footage just to see how you know, Dave Murray and Adrian Smith or Dennis Stratton were playing it. And of course, there's never any clear footage of it. So you can play this loads of different ways, as long as it's a nice comfortable ascend up the neck when you're playing it. But I started with 7 in the G string, so I'm down, up, down. Then I'm going to do up, down, up, 9th fret the G string. So that's my first little pairing. Then I've got 7 and 8 in the B strings, my next little pairing. Again, all triplets. And to keep myself in time, I'm thinking down, up, down, up, down, up. Then I'm going to jump up and play 12 to 13 on the B string here. My next pair, and then my last pairing here is going to be 15 in the B string, and then I've got a little string cross to 14th fret and the high E string there. Yeah, so down, up, down, up. And fingering wise, pardon me, I'm doing like 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Yeah. And then I've got a classic little triadic arpeggio here. I'm going to do a pull off 19 to 15 in the high E string. And then I'm going to play 17th fret of the B string there, so it's a little E minor kind of triad arpeggio, and I'll do 4 of them. Oh no, I'll do 2 bars of them, so it's going to be effectively 7, and then the last one. 1, 2, 3, and then that last beat in the 2nd bar, hit that 19th fret there, and then slide off. Yeah, so that's kind of that part. The harmony part you could start here at the 4th fret of the G string. So you could think of your pairings here as being 4 and 5 in the G string. Then I've got 7th fret and 9th fret in the G string. And then I could do 8 and 10 in the B string. And then I've got 12th fret and 15th fret in the B string. And then the little kind of B minor kind of pull off I've got here, or I guess it's an inversion of E minor, isn't it? Because that's my root. Minor 3rd and 5th. So I'm going to do 15, 12, pull off, and then 12th fret of the B string. So I just bar that with the first finger. Yeah, so that's your kind of harmony part. And you get stuck into the main riff. So this is just an absolute classic riff here. And what we're playing is 7th fret of that A string, note of E. Yeah, as I said, it's all in E minor, this. And I'm going to be doing, a triplet on that. Then what I've got is 10th fret of that A string, so it's like the minor 3rd. And then back to 7th fret on that A string again for another 2 notes. So your kind of second triplet is 10, 7, 7. Oh, mucked up that chord there. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to play a little G power chord to a D power chord. So I play 5th fret the D string, 7th fret the G, and then 5th fret the A string, 7th fret the D string. Like that. Yeah. Now, picking wise here, because they're playing at this high tempo, you can go for the same thing, down, up, down. So when you're playing this note with your 4th finger, your pinky, you're starting with an upstroke. Like that. Or you could start with an upstroke and then do that kind of 10-7 with a downstroke. Then upstroke. Yeah. I think when I was playing it, I'd probably start with an upstroke. Not really sure. But there's 2 different ways you can do it. But as long as you're in time, because you want to feel that 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Yeah. So after we do that bit, we then got basically a sequence where I'm doing 4-7 in the D string. Yeah, so we do that twice, 4-7, 4-7. Then I go up a fret and play 5 to 8. Yeah, and that's kind of your, how many bars is that there? I guess that's 2 bars, isn't it? And you basically do that 3 times. Yeah, do that 3 times, 2 bars, and then you have a bit that goes. Yeah, so what I'm playing here is like a little E power chord here. So I'm playing 2nd fret the D string, 4th fret the G string with the 4th finger there, or 3rd finger. And I'm going to hit that, and then I've got a little percussive down up. So these are actually kind of quarter note triplets. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but you've got that little 1, 2, 3 and. Yeah. Then I'm going to do a B power chord, so take that shape and shift it down onto the A and D strings. So 2nd fret A string, 4th fret the D string there. Same thing. Go up a fret to a C power chord. Then I'm going to go up to a D power chord. But what I do here in the triplet is I play the D power chord, take my pinky off or 3rd finger off, and I'm banging at the 5th fret there, and the A and D strings, and put it back on. Yeah. So I'm just kind of going, and then you're back into. Yeah. Now though, when we're playing, instead of doing we've got a little triplet stab on the D power chord. So I play my riff, and then I'm going to go down and hit this D power chord 3 times. Yeah, and then you do that again. Then you've got your. Yeah, and then just as you get to the end, you would do your. Hit that twice, and you've got your for the verse, and back into that kind of riff, and that's it, guys. Yeah, as I said, it's one of these kind of classic riffs. So I remember it from being really, really young and hearing the kind of Lucashead adverts or whatever, and then of course when I actually got the Iron Maiden album, recognising it as one of my kind of favourite kind of Maiden tunes because it's just got so much energy to it. And there's not much live footage of it on YouTube, but go and see if you can find from way back in like 1980, 81, and also when they're playing it with Bruce Dickinson, Download 2013. Okay, if you want access to the animated tab for this, of course, come on over to the Soundslide the Patreon page, and you'll get access to the Soundslice that's got the tab, and you can loot bits if you want to kind of work on building this up to tempo, because it is pretty fast. But as I said, if you think of your picking and keep yourself in time, it will just kind of flow naturally. So thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.